Hello.
Good evening.
So we're back.
Back
Exciting
with more
times.
Star Wars.
All right, so we had a vote in our Discord. Democracy. People want to see the Krennic deck that won this Polish tournament that had 90 people in it, which is the biggest tournament so far, right? So
Yeah,
a deck that can trudge through that field is worth checking out.
yeah, and we do want to start off by giving credit to the deck's creator.
Yeah, so on Card Game DB or Star Wars Database,
Card
Hero
Game DB.
Frank. Yeah,
What year is it?
it was Card Game DB once upon a time.
Yeah.
Hero Frank 2009 was the creator of this deck.
Yeah, and
we're gonna talk. I'm gonna bring up that page and we'll talk about it a little bit more too.
yeah, he was nice enough to leave some comments and people asking him about questions, and he answered a bunch of that stuff. So
he's like very open about strategy. So
yeah,
let's take a look at some cards from the deck. So let's talk about the deck list. 3 Viper Probe droids. Look at your opponent's hand. It's a control shell, right? So knowledge is good. Death Trooper can be removal.
Importantly, Viper Probe droid trades with Battlefield Marine. Right?
It is great at trading. I think you want to be taking stuff off the board as much as possible. Death Trooper, Super Laser Text, playing green. We're doing some ramping. I think this deck pretty much wants to ramp to 5 if possible, and
I guess that's where
if
Krennic
it has time to do that.
Yeah, that's where Krennic gets to come out, and I think the deck really starts to click once you get to
Yeah,
5
you can start
resources.
restoring and stuff too. We got Regional Governor for a little more control. 2 copies of that. We have this big fatty Reinforcement Walker for late game stuff. You can heal. It can stabilize a little bit.
It draws cards, which
And
I think
it
is
can,
also
and it can draw cards if you don't need to heal.
really important.
We have, speaking of heal, we have this Cargo Juggernaut. So you can deploy Krennic on 5. The next turn, you could drop Cargo Juggernaut, spotting Krennic to gain 4 HP on your base, which is pretty good. Pretty good. 1 Super Laser Blast. I was kind of surprised that there's only 1 copy of this in the deck. But maybe he didn't feel like he needed more than 1. Which I get. I mean,
there were more
you can't
copies.
be too heavy on expensive stuff.
And there were more copies in the sideboard.
I think there's 1 more copy in the sideboard.
Yeah, I think honestly 2 is probably fine.
2 is probably fine.
Even if Super Laser Blast is a big part of your game plan, right? Because once you get to 8 resources, you have seen 6 plus like another 14 cards. So you've seen 30 cards of your deck at that point.
Yeah.
Is it in play?
There's like a possibility that you might need to resource it early, though, right?
So there was I'm just going to interject here just a little bit. There was a Tarkin deck that almost made the cut for tonight. I'm almost certain that we'll play it at some point. There's this 35 event Tarkin deck. And what it uses is Inferno 4 to dig for Super Laser Blast. Because Inferno 4 lets you look at the top 2, and Super Laser Blast is your game plan, right? So this deck does not have Inferno 4, unless it was in the sideboard. Inferno 4 is like a good way to kind of use some deck selection to try to get to something that
I do like that card a lot. It's super good. It's really good.
The problem is, the major knock against it, Inferno 4, is that it does not trade into the 2 drops that all the Rebel decks play in space.
Right. It's a 2/3, right? So that's not quite good enough. All right, we got Consortium Star Viper. So I think this is a pretty important unit for the deck. It's a 3/3 in space, and it can give you Restore 2. So you can use the ECL to ambush this into play against those Rebel units that are like 2/3s, against the A-Wing that's 1/3, and it cleanly trades those away and can sit on the board and maybe restore some HP for you.
I believe a very common line with this deck is turn 1, play a 2-drop, gain initiative, turn 3, use the Consortium Star Viper off of ECL to take down whatever's in space.
Yep, that'd be a play. Stillblock Guard, Sentinel 3/3. Guard on the ground. We have Scout Bike Pursuer. This is one of your 2-drops. 1/4 works well with Krennic. If he takes damage, if he has 3 damage on him, he is attacking for 5.
Yeah, they're also it's one of the most synergistic units with Death Troopers.
Yeah,
very clearly they were designed to work together.
Yeah, Death Trooper comes into play. The next turn does 2 damage to the Scout Bike Pursuer, 2 damage to an opposing ground unit. Scout Bike Pursuer is swinging for 4 at that point.
Thematically, I love the fact that you have to crash the Scout Bike Pursuer to make it better. So.
Oh yeah. We have the Steadfast Battalion. This is another card that is set up to work with the ECL on your 5th resource turn. If you can put Krennic into play safely, and then ECL Steadfast Battalion, you get a ton of value. Then it can trade into Sabine too. I think that's Sabine tools.
I think the vast majority of the 5-drop leaders that are playing green are going to be playing Steadfast Battalion because of the threat that it represents.
Yeah, especially if you have ECL.
Yeah, with ECL
probably not.
For sure.
Probably without ECL, you don't play. We have Darth Vader. We're playing Darth Vader. We play 3 Darth Vaders. It's a good card. It drains a lot of value, and it removes a guy. It does a lot of stuff at once. We love that. One Devastator, just in case you can get to this. Also, this Devastator's sick. It's foil, and gotta show that off a little bit. It's pretty sick. I have my Vader that's foil hyperspace hiding under this regular Vader for some reason. We have 3 resupplies. We talked about it a little earlier. You want to ramp to 5.
Yeah, very important part of the game plan there.
Pretty important. He did say in his notes that against things that aren't aggro, because you probably have to do something else on your 3 resource turn to deal with aggro stuff rather than just play a resupply. Then you probably can't afford.
I think you end up dying if you just resupply against aggro.
Yeah, unless you have the opportunity somehow, you probably die. Takedown. This kills Sabine. This kills a bunch of different units. This kills a bunch of units.
I think the most important one is probably to take down the Sabine leader, because that shuts down their steadfast battalion.
Yeah, you really don't want to get hit with that steadfast battalion, I think. We have Gideon Hask at 5. Gideon's a card I haven't played with yet, except for that time we did the sealed. But I think it's probably pretty good. That's another good ECL.
So I would consider Gideon Hask a win more card, because
it does seem
my experience with Gideon is like if you tap out, pay 5, play him, he's not impacting the board necessarily immediately unless you were already advantageous, or like in an advantageous position, because you're getting trades and then you kind of get to snowball. Another note was that the ECL could be used to play Hask into a Sabine leader to kill it. Just like it was apparently really, really important to take Sabine off the table. You always
need to kill Sabine.
Yeah. So this. You had the Steadfast Battalion. You had Gideon Hask. You had multiple ways to get Sabine off the table.
Yeah. Yeah, Vanquish. Vanquish can it can't defeat Sabine, but it can defeat other stuff that's problematic.
Vanquish is probably one of the best cards in all these control matchups, right? Your opponent taps out, pays 10 for a Devastator, pays 9 for an Avenger, or the Walker, and you pay 5 and then can follow up with something relatively light. So
Power of the Dark Side, big fan of this card. 3 cost Chainer's Edict.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's going to be good all the time. And then we have my vote for best card in the game. Overwhelming Barrage. That is another key way to remove Sabine. Yeah, it's another element that, or just like you can clean up. You can clean up a number of units in space with this card also, because I think this deck does not contest trades in space except for with this Star Viper early. So you might need a resource 5 Overwhelming Barrage, just kind of clean up the board over there.
Yeah, in my experience, Overwhelming Barrage almost always kills 2 creatures.
Yeah, if it's not killing 2 creatures.
It's killing something big.
There's probably only 1 creature on the board.
It probably killed something big.
Or
plus
something really big.
Plus it gets extra damage into the base. So.
And lastly, we have 2 Avengers. If you can get there, this card is game winning.
Yeah,
so this is one of your win conditions.
The Thrawn deck's premise is that you Super Laser Blast into an Avenger and just kind of win the game in a couple of turns after that.
That'd probably work.
So I think there's probably a scenario where that happens with this deck versus other slower decks.
And you will need a Showcase Krennic.
Required.
Expensive, yeah.
Required. Sorry.
It's gonna be
the showcase price is kind of bounced up.
No, they did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not surprising once everything's sold out.
Yeah. So, all right. So tonight, we're gonna take turns playing this Krennic deck. We've got some returning decks, and then we've got some new decks.
Yeah, I've got a few decks I want to try out, which we haven't seen before. I made a Han Red, and I made Boba Fett ECL.
Yeah. And then Sabine is returning from another night.
Yeah, because obviously we have to see how the deck matches up against it.
Yeah, and then we've got 2 more aggro offerings. I've got Leia Red, and this is going to be like it's not like Leia vehicles, but it's going to be Leia aggro ground units. And then we've got IG-88 is making another return. Because
I did win last time. It beat Sabine.
I'm gonna champion IG-88 until he receives community recognition.
He's respect.
So. We have a showcase IG-88 at the store, and he's like one of the cheapest showcase. Him and Jin are like super cheap.
Pick him up.
Grand Inquisitor is another cheap.
I would get a Grand Inquisitor one.
Grand Inquisitor is like 120 or something.
I think Grand Inquisitor is a hero that will get better as more stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Because I think my biggest problem with my Grand Inquisitor deck is that I don't have enough cards that are just like hit the table or in threats. Like you have 7th History, you have 5th Brother. But after that, it's like if you don't have those units, then
a lot of
enough of a threat.
So the funny thing is, like he obviously combos well with grit units, but once you use them a couple times on grit units, they can't actually untap with his ability anymore.
Correct.
Right? Like if they have too many hit points,
sucks with him.
Yeah, it's fine for the first tap, but if you had like a 5 toughness grit dude, there's like the blue one that draws cards. I think on attack even he's like really good. So we're gonna tee things off with Sabine. just carrying on our theme from the other night, I made one change to the Sabine deck, and that was to swap out one Gorilla Attack Pod with one Dodonna.
I have to go give Eddie food real quick.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I could. You need me to talk to fill space? You think I can't fill space on this stream? So we made one change to the Sabine deck: -1 Gorilla Attack Pod, +1 Dodonna. The other night, this Sabine deck had a terrible time actually hitting 4 drops. It would often play 2 drops on 4, which is not bad in this deck, but I really want the ability to slam down a 4-drop a little bit more regularly on curve with this deck. So, and I think Gorilla Attack Pod, since it's really good with Energy Conversion Lab, I didn't want to cut it all the way out of the deck. So, and then that gave your curve. You had 4 4-drops, 3 5-drops, 2 6-drops, which felt a little bit more natural to me. But it's possible there needs to be like maybe 1 or 2 more Dodonnas in here, swapping some stuff around. Maybe a Rebel Attack, I don't know. So Rebel Assault, maybe, I don't know. Okay.
So really quick, I want to touch on the sideboard for this deck. I'll just show you the page for it.
Oh, okay. So you know something else that is you don't have to do 1-for-1 sideboards in this game.
What?
You don't have to trade a card out for a card.
You can just throw a card in.
You can absolutely sideboard up. So if you want, so in this instance, I'm willing to bet he probably just, like, if he's playing against another control deck and he knew you were going to go to fatigue, you just take your sideboard and you just stuff it into your deck, and then I think that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To anybody else?
All right. So the sideboard, it looks a little weird, right? Because it's like 1 of, 2 of. This card's not even in the main deck. 1 of. It's like 1 Rook. There's no Rooks in the main deck. A 3rd Avenger, a 2nd Devastator, a 3rd Vanquish.
I think
a 3rd Takedown, a 3rd Guard, a Snowtrooper Lieutenant who is not in the main deck.
I think the sideboard exists for control, right? You don't put Avenger and Devastator in your sideboard for aggro. So I think I mulled on it a little bit. Is to get to just put more cards in your deck
to fight against the fatigue.
Yeah, because you in a control matchup you'll just go to fatigue. So.
He mentions in one of these replies that he would put the vigilance in there to mill against control.
Oh, excellent!
Sideboard.
Yeah,
and you end up paying 6 for it, but I think it's fine. Right?
Yeah, right. You can also kill vigilance kills units under a certain toughness threshold. So. Paying 6 to remove some sort of threat and then also mill the control deck for 6 is pretty good.
Would definitely recommend reading Hero Frank's replies in here. He's got a lot of good write-ups about the strategy for this deck. I read through a few things for it, so we're gonna try to do it justice. I've never played this deck before except for on some Force Table a little bit, just like gold fishing, but
we're gonna do our best. I mean,
we're all learning here.
Yeah,
we're learning the game.
So here,
Nathan and I will not make the perfect play every time. You'll realize that if you watch our stream. But we try to learn and we try to strategize as much as possible and share our strategy with you.
Initiative. This is game 1. We're finally getting underway with our game 1. So 8. 6. I have initiative.
A lot of energy conversion labs. I think a lot of people are kind of leaning toward energy conversion lab being too powerful.
So the funny thing is that 35 event Tarkin deck, you don't have anything for them to energy conversion lab.
See, that's a great way to play around.
And that's 5-head.
Yeah,
that is
5-head.
Brilliant. You're pointing at your noggin and you're saying you can't ambush anything if I don't have any units in play.
Yeah.
Right? Brilliant. It plays Bib Fortuna and Inferno 4 or whatever, and you only use those if you have not found your Super Laser Blast.
Okay.
And you only play Bib Fortuna after you've dealt with whatever they're dealing with on the board, so that you could Super Laser Blast 1 turn earlier. So
Bib's in. Smart. All right. I think this hand looks bad because I'm for turn 1 play. I'm in the mulligan. Big smart.
Okay. This is a keeper.
Do you mean Tehran 35 event? No, I think you made a Tarkin one.
Oh, no, it was Thrawn. Thrawn
Oh,
35
okay.
meant. Yeah, no, sorry.
You've been saying Tarkin this whole time.
I think I said Thrawn. I think I said
No,
Thrawn originally.
You did not. You said Tarkin the whole time.
Sorry, I just like playing Tarkin.
Yeah, you said Tarkin the whole time.
Retroactively.
Eddie gets a treat.
We'll fix it in all the editing that we do in post, so.
I'll give Eddie a treat. Real quick before we start. All right, come on. Come on. Come here. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. All right, I got my hand. There's resources. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right. I have a very interesting turn one decision. I could play either Green Squadron A-Wing or Sabine. I think I'm actually just going to play Sabine because she represents a lot of damage. So
I'm going to take initiative.
Ooh. Okay. I'll do 1 damage to both of our bases.
You got it.
All right.
So there, taking initiative, even if I had a 2-drop, might be the right play.
What's that?
So even if I had a 2-drop there, I think taking initiative might be the right play.
Yeah, because you could then conversion.
Because then I have a chance to respond to stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So my only option to kill Sabine is ECL a Death Trooper. But I could also...
And Death Trooper is a must, right?
It is a must.
Okay.
It is a must. I think I'm just going to play this Star Viper. Forget that I have Death Trooper. Just don't think about it.
Okay, so I actually have the conundrum of whether I ECL the Consortium Viper down, right?
Because you just like play that, and I can swing into it next turn.
And you kill it, and you get to heal. So this is actually a tough choice here. I'm going to punt, and I'm just going to attack you with Sabine.
For 3?
Yeah.
I am going to take initiative.
All right, I'm going to use Sabine, do a damage. All right, so now is it worth popping the energy conversion lab? If I had a Fighters for Freedom, I have not seen a 3-drop. Otherwise, I would just like jam a 3-drop on the ground because that is kind of what I was concerned about. I think I have to just energy conversion lab this in and trade.
Okay. The healing would probably be too good.
The healing is good, yeah. Right? I mean, there's
the healing and killing.
Yeah, I mean, I have a next turn is Sabine, right?
Yeah.
So, I kind of want you to not have stuff on the table. Draw 2. Put a card down. All right, so I had a Steadfast Battalion in my hand that I was trying to save for the ECL, and I've now used it as a resource because I think I'm better off playing 2 different drops.
All right. I'm going to play this Viper Pro Droid. Ooh, do I ECL? No, I don't think I ECL this. I'll play Viper Pro Droid.
All right, so my hand is Fleet Lieutenant, Alliance X-Wing, Green Squadron A-Wing.
Okay. I think I'm in trouble. I think I messed up. Well, I think I got a bad hand.
Okay.
I think I got a bad string of cards.
That's why you play best of 3, huh?
Yeah, exactly. He did. I think he did say he usually lost game 1 to aggro.
And you have to sideboard. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So Sabine's gonna attack your base for 3, 2, and then do 1.
Okay.
I'm in trouble.
I am in trouble. I will take initiative.
Ooh.
Have fun. Do whatever you want to do.
All right, we're gonna play Green Squadron A-Wing. We're gonna play Alliance X-Wing. We're gonna tap to do a damage with Sabine. We're gonna deploy Sabine, and then Sabine's gonna attack for 2 and then do another damage.
Okay.
All right. Draw. I am gonna jam. Ooh. I am gonna jam down. I need 5 resources, so I'll jam this down.
I'm gonna deploy Krennic.
Okay, that reeks of the battalion.
It does. So how do you deal with it?
I smell battalion.
How do you want to deal with it?
I think then my Sabine leader attacks. You're at 12. You're gonna get to heal for 2 with Krennic at some point during this turn. Is it worth? Okay, Sabine leader is going to attack your base for 3.
All right, it's ECL time. It is Steadfast Battalion time.
All right.
It is going to ambush, and I think it's going to fight the Sabine Wren right there.
All right, I only have 2 other aspects, so you can actually attack into the Sabine.
And it's going to overwhelm for 2.
Yeah, I mean you get to buff something else for the phase.
And I'm gonna be buffing the Viper Pro.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm gonna play red 3.
Okay, Viper Pro Droid is gonna fight the Sabine Wren.
All right, she's toast.
This will be doomed, but that's okay.
The A-Wing's gonna attack for 4.
I will fight you or base for 2.
Yep.
And I heal 2. Wrong. There we go. Oh. Loving unlimited content. Thank you. We're level 2.
Attack for 3. Puts you at 20.
All right, I'll take initiative.
I don't see why I wouldn't play this guy. This is just another unit you got to deal with at some point. Draw 2. Oh. I think I'll keep my hand the way it is.
Okay.
The battalion took 2.
Took 2, yeah.
Yeah, took 2. Yeah.
Which is great news.
Because it's extra power.
Yeah. All right, I will play Overwhelming Barrage.
Oh, okay.
So on the battalion, of course. That is 6, 7, 8 damage.
All right.
To dump.
All right, I still have guys left over.
Yeah, so I think I'll do there.
Okay.
And then 2 there.
All right. You got 20.
I'm at 20.
I will play the Fleet Lieutenant and attack for 5.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
All right.
So
yeah,
I think
my early game was bad. So the turn I played the Viper, I could have resupplied. And then I could have been at 5 the next turn when you deployed Sabine. And that turn I could have done this.
Yeah.
And I think I would have been in way better shape.
Yeah. So I think that's actually a good information
That's
point.
a good lesson learned, I think.
Yeah.
Because playing these hill didn't really get me much. You had to use your I mean, not the Star Viper.
Yeah.
You had to use your thing to clear it, but
it ended up being worth it in the long run, right?
Yeah,
Because
totally.
I got a chunk of my damage in space, right? So I was representing too much damage in space, basically. So
are you gonna swap?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna show what I'm doing over here. Let's try this Han deck.
All right, now this is do you have the credit for this Han deck, the fastest hunk of junk?
Let me find credit for this Han deck.
Yeah, let's get credit where credit's due.
Let me find the Han deck because we did not make this deck. Obviously, we're not deck builders. Leader Han.
Oh, didn't pull the trigger in time. There's still product out there, and it looks like they've got products to get out pretty soon.
Is this one right here, right?
Yeah, fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy.
Let's take a look at the list real quick on here.
Yeah,
while I'm shuffling it.
All right, and so this is what the Foz. What was this guy's name?
So this credit goes to
the Foz. All right, so the Star Wars database user the Foz here. Fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. This deck looks so sweet. I was dreaming of playing this deck too because it looks so much fun.
I built it, and I was like, I've only grabbed a few commons and uncommons out of my box, and then the rest of the cards are rares and legendaries. I was like, holy shit, this actually might be the most expensive deck.
You play R2-D2 and C-3PO in their starter deck only, and Leia's only in the starter deck. Only.
Spectre Soldier is actual card that you can get out of a pack. Sabine is uncommon. Ezra is uncommon. And then K2 is a rare, so that's one of the more expensive rares, right? You can first turn Ezra in here. There's a lot of cool plays you can make. Chewbacca, Lando, Han, Mace, some A-Wing, Millennium Falcon, Red 3. It is playing 3 black 1. We like that.
Yeah. And I think it's actually sick in here because it combos with Han's ability extremely well.
Yeah.
Because Han, you can
ramp the black 1 like, on the 4th resource turn or whatever.
Yeah, you're going to hemorrhage resources with Han.
Yeah. All right, so the You're My Only Hope is another cool engine card in here. So let's talk about what we can do. Han can let you play some really interesting things on turn 1. You can play R2-D2 and C-3PO to be drawing extra cards to offset the Han ability. You can play Leia, untap a resource, and play another 2-drop. That's pretty strong. You can play the Millennium Falcon and then have that Han resource paying for its ability.
And then the Han resource explodes.
Yep, and you tap it to pay for the Millennium Falcon and it goes away. Yeah. So you're kind of you have it sort of for free-ish.
We were prepared to do this Han deck every game tonight because I think both of us
this
really
is on the docket, and it's still an option for future streams, of course.
This deck just looks so fun.
It's really fun. I played a little bit on Force Stable just to kind of get a feel for the interactions in the deck. The other ones, so the big one is the You're My Only Hope. So you can look at the top card of your deck and you can play it, and it costs 5 less. So you free if your base is 5 or less HP.
You can set it up with R2-D2 and C-3PO.
And Ezra. And for a cause I believe in.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of ways that you can kind of manipulate your top card to do that. So then if once you ramp, so you do want to ramp to 7 because Han can get to 7 pretty fast when he hero powers, and then comes into play and puts another resource into play when he attacks. So you can kind of get right to 7 from 5.
Both Han Solo and Mace Windu are problems for ground decks.
Yeah, like I don't know how you deal with the the value that they generate.
Yeah,
immediately. I mean, they're at least killing one thing. So, yeah, let's just see how it goes. I need to shuffle more because I had all my cards
sorted,
stacked. Yeah.
I was another deck that came out of that Poland tournament was a Chewie deck that apparently top 8'd. And that deck looks sick. That deck looked really sick. That can also be found on Star Wars database. The deck just looks sick.
We definitely want to put that together.
It was just he said that the most common unit to use with Chewie's ability was R2-D2. Because you're playing a 1-drop that has 4 toughness, and like the Sabine decks have to attack into it twice to beat through it.
Yeah, that's just so much damage saved.
And apparently you can. He was playing 3 Electro Staffs, so you would get R2 in play, and if they don't attack immediately, you put Electro Staff on it, and then it requires like 3 attacks to get through R2.
Yeah.
So
a nightmare. 7.
10. Initiative.
Okay, this is fine.
Okay, so I got a 2-drop but no 3-drop. This hand feels like a mulligan. I have 4 5-drops, right?
4 or 5 drops?
This feels like a mulligan. I don't have like a curve, right? Mm-hmm. Like I play
a deck in general does not have a curve.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna mulligan.
It's possible we end up this stream and we have not won a game with the Krennic deck.
And that would be very funny.
It would be funny. I think.
I think it would just go to show like the if you build a deck and you know how it works and you like
your strategy.
Yeah.
Right? You know all the strategies. You know how to play against everything that your opponents do.
Yeah.
How do you respond to, for instance, my opponent playing a turn 2 or turn 1 Sabine? I mean, how did I respond? I didn't have a lot. I feel like I made the best of my options.
Yeah.
I think a major lesson learned in that Krennic game. If I played it differently, I could have won that game.
Right,
for sure.
Right.
That's the lesson that we talked about a little bit. I think there's a lot of room for pilot error. You cannot just net deck and then expect to go to a tournament and win without knowing.
I guess I was supposed to keep my other hand because I do not have a
2-drop.
I do not have a 2-drop.
I think that's fine, honestly. I think it's fine.
All right. I'm gonna do something like this. Okay. I will take the initiative.
All right, I'm gonna play Leia. I'm gonna ready a resource. I'm going to use Han's ability. I'm gonna put this into play as a resource. I'm gonna play Sabine Wren, and then I am done.
Draw to put a card down.
Take care of Dark Black. I'm gonna discard this.
We'll see ya. All right. Now, I'm going to use Energy Conversion Lab. And I'm going to play Death Trooper. He's going to do 2 damage to himself, 2 damage to Leia, and then he's going to attack and kill Sabine.
That's pretty good. Okay. I'm going to play Ezra.
Ooh, okay. I will seize the initiative.
Okay, I'll pass.
All right. I am I'm gonna take down Ezra.
Okay. He's dead. I'll play Liam. Do I want to play Liam? All right. You're my only hope in the dark.
Yeah. Okay.
I was hoping to see with Ezra. Okay, a Spec Force soldier. That's not great.
You can. I believe you have to choose him.
He loses Sentinel.
He loses Sentinel for this phase. I will seize the initiative.
Okay.
You didn't want to use the Falcon because you would end up.
I'll be behind on resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From where you want to be. Okay. Okay. I am going to deploy Krennic.
Okay. I'm going to put a resource into play with Han.
All right. Krennic is going to attack the Spec Force soldier.
He's dead. I'm going to deploy Han.
I'm going to power the dark side.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'll take initiative.
I believe I've proved everything I need to prove at this point.
I think at this point it's gonna be hard for Krennic to lose.
Yeah.
I haven't done any damage to you. Okay.
It was the old Death Trooper, right? Like I think Death Trooper is
that was huge, yeah.
Is what segued that into just a.
All right. I guess I will. Oh, this is he's existed in the world before. I'll play Black 1.
Oh, nice. Okay. When played, when defeated.
I'll discard my hand and draw.
Okay. I am going to power the dark side you.
Yep. I'll take initiative.
I will play Consortium Star Viper. And then Krennic attacks you for 3. It says each friendly damage unit,
does.
so he buffs himself. So yeah.
Nothing. No damage on your base to restore.
Yeah.
Next round. Is Black 1 a choice? It is
not.
Yeah, it is a choice.
It is a you may. Okay. So if you didn't like yours, you could pitch it and draw 3. So I have to run out of removal at some point. Guy with Avenger in hand.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm gonna play Mace Windu.
Okay.
And it's gonna ambush and fight.
All right, Krennic is toast.
Does take 3, and then it readies.
The Consortium Star Viper is going to attack you for 3.
Okay. Tiger base for 5.
Sure. I am going to play the Viper Probe Droid and take a look at your hand.
I have Han Solo, R2-D2, Green Squadron, A-Wing.
Okay.
You have 5 resources? That's the worst. That's the scariest amount. I could Han and play the R2-D2. That's 2 actions. Or I could take Inish. I think I was going to take Inish.
Okay. I think I'm just going to Vanquish Mace.
Fair enough.
Because he can kill the probe droid and then attack next turn for free, and I'm not excited about that. So.
Okay. I'll play this Han Solo.
Okay. Kill the probe droid.
The probe droid. Ready. Ambush. Boom. Doesn't take damage back.
I will attack your base for 3.
I will play R2-D2. Look at the top card. I can put it on the bottom or top. I can put it on the bottom or top. Yeah. That is going on the bottom.
All right. I'm gonna play the Reinforcement Walker. When played, look at the top card of your deck. Either draw that card or discard it and heal 3 damage from a base. I don't think there's any reason not to draw it here. I'm pretty close to alive, so.
Okay, I will take initiative.
Do we think Darth Vader is the strongest leader?
I don't think so.
I don't know that there is a clear strongest leader at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it's Darth Vader though.
I like Darth Vader a bit. Haven't had a chance to.
We haven't played with its constructed Darth Vader.
Yeah, I haven't played with constructed Darth Vader. There's 18 leaders.
Yeah, that's quite a lot.
We've run. I mean, like even the format that we've chosen to go with here, where we play one deck a bunch of times, and we play it against lots of other decks. We still have leaders we haven't never touched, like Jen Urso. We played Chirrut in like one of our first constructed things, but it's gonna be a long time before I'd get back to Chirrut, right? Like I've got other stuff I want to try.
Right, I'm gonna Leia and exhaust the Walker.
Okay. I'm going to play the Avenger and make you sacrifice a unit.
Goodbye, Leia. Shot with the Star Destroyer. I'm gonna attack you with R2.
All right, take 1.
And look at the top card. Interesting.
The Star Viper is going to attack you for 3 once you decide what you're doing.
Okay. I'm going to attack you for 6.
Okay. I will seize the initiative.
There's also the option I could have had where I ran Han into this guy and then target downed him. But I don't know. I'm going to play C-3PO, and I'm going to say 6. So when played, choose a number, then look at the top card of your deck. If its cost is the chosen number, you may reveal it and draw it. So with R2-D2 lets me know. I got this Lando. Lando Calrissian. I will play Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
I'm going to fight this Star Viper.
Okay.
Then you're at 12. Lando's not a system, he's a man. I'm gonna die to these guys. I'm gonna die to these guys. How do I not die to these guys? Lando can return 2 resources to my hand. So
you can get like a bamboozle if you put a bamboozle down.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. Even that's too slow, because it would be like play Lando, get stuff back, play stuff, but you'd already attacked me twice.
Yeah.
I had 1 resource up. Alright, I'm going to use Han. I'm going to put this resource down, and I'm going to play the Green Squadron A-Wing.
Okay.
So, Okay. My Lando. That's gone. I'm done.
Ready up. Draw.
I don't know if this Nationals was official or not, but it was a lot of people.
So it was a lot of people.
It doesn't really matter, right?
We gotta put a card down.
They had store showdown promos.
Did you pay?
Yeah. I have sacrifice one, so I'll pay and sacrifice.
Okay. Overwhelming barrage on the Avenger. So this is a 10. So I'm gonna do 6 to Han, 1 to the Falcon, and 3 to the A-Wing.
Yep.
Now this doesn't play around like a Leia or a Bamboozle, because you can tap down the Avenger. But I felt I was actually in a race, like we're racing.
Yeah.
Because you actually represent like a huge amount of damage from hand potentially. You had a huge amount of damage on the board, so.
Playing you're my only hope. This is literally my only hope.
Okay.
It's a C3PO.
Yeah, okay. You have to choose which C3PO to die.
I will say I have to. So
you do get to
use his ability.
I think you get to use his ability, then he explodes.
I do. Yep. So I'm gonna say 5.
2, right? You want 2?
2. Yeah, I want 2.
2 is an out.
It's Chewbacca.
Okay.
I would have drawn that.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, I'm just that.
And then this dies.
I'm just all I'm saying. All right. Avenger's gonna attack you for 10 and sacrifice a unit.
I'll say 5. Does this go discarded if you don't?
No, it just stays
on top. Okay,
yeah. You just look at it. You look at it. So.
Yeah, I die.
The reinforcement walker stomps on in.
A big die. Well then, so much for this Han deck.
I think this Krennic deck is particularly well positioned against that Han
I think
deck.
so too. I think that deck.
Power of the dark side is like so good against it. Like if your game plan is to like cheat out a huge card, then Power of the Dark Side just dunks on you.
Yeah, complete blowout.
Because that's what happened with Han, right? Like you took that Han turn, and I was just like,
it's a lot of resources to get those guys into play, and you had a really clean
kill. Yeah,
Death Trooper. That was just so huge. All right, this is a Boba Fett deck. We haven't seen Boba Fett yet. This is another contender for what people wanted to see.
Yeah.
For the stream, by the way, if you want to see a particular deck on stream, mention in Discord. I'll provide you. We could do like votes or whatever. I did a vote for what deck we were featuring for this one. It ended up being the Krennic deck. So this feedback is great. Any feedback is good.
Yeah. So my hand
I'll link to Discord.
Was Death Trooper Takedown, Power of the Dark Side. And so I was like, well, this all feels like it's pretty synergistic. And then Justin played Leia into the other two, into Sabine.
You're like, this is a gift.
Any IG88
we
decks?
will be
yes,
tonight.
I've got a IG88 deck probably next. In fact, I've got a IG88 aggro deck. Me and one of my coworkers, we were brewing IG88 attack decks because we didn't like all the anti-droid slander we were hearing.
Hear it.
I thought it was the Mos Eisley Cantina. How unwelcome droids were in the conversation. So we got an IGA aggro deck that we put together. So
Watch it on YouTube. Awesome. Welcome.
Appreciate that, Ramastrov.
So I put this Boba Fett together. I have not played with it yet.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna do my best.
It's probably your draft one.
This is my draft one of Boba Fett.
Yeah. We didn't go look up any Boba Fett green decks because I don't think you really need to. You just kind of look at all the good.
There's not a lot of when you're making a green deck, there's a lot of cards you slap in there with ECL.
Yeah.
I got the battalion, right? I got
Overwhelming Barrage. I mean, so a lot of this stuff was kind of like if you've played the game any at all, it's obvious. So
there's probably like a handful of cards you could slot in and out. I notably was not playing Vader. A lot of Boba Fett decks are playing Vader.
Right.
So I was trying to kind of just top out at like 6 with the Slave one.
So any decks that we borrow, if this looks like your deck, hey, you can't.
Probably we made the same deck. Yeah, I did not play ISB Agents. I was on the fence about ISB Agents.
I love ISB Agents.
I would consider ISB Agents. They're high on my list.
ISB Agent is a solid card, and then in Tarkin it becomes S tier, right? Because you can play at turn 1, do a damage to like if they play Battlefield Marine, you can play ISB agent, do a damage to it, and then buff your ISB agent, and it trades into the Marine pretty cleanly the next turn. And so having a 1-drop that can trade into the Battlefield Marine and still be on the board after it's all said and done is pretty good. So, all right, so I got a niche. S tier with Inquisitor, maybe. Inquisitor yellow is not something I've tried yet.
Yeah, I mean, it does look interesting though.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I will keep.
I'll show you Boba Fett real quick because we have not played with Boba Fett on stream yet.
Yeah.
We'll talk about its ability. When an enemy unit leaves play, you may exhaust this leader if you do ready a resource. This is it's like a reaction. You don't have to take an action to do it. That's pretty cool. And it's whenever an enemy unit leaves play, which includes like returning to hand.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind. Then when he comes out on resource 5,
he's the best statted.
4/7 at resource 5 is pretty crazy. And when this unit completes an attack, if an enemy unit left play this phase, that means if he attacks and kills something, you get that effect. Ready up to 2 resources. So,
well, it's even if you killed it earlier in the turn.
Yeah, right.
So you can ECL without Boba Fett on the table, ready a resource using Boba Fett, deploy Boba Fett, attack with Boba Fett, ready 2 more resources, and you've got 3 to do something else with.
And 3 is a big number.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of events in here that you can utilize that with. So Boba Fett's resource 5 turn is huge, and that's why there's ramp in here.
Yeah.
Same kind of same deal with Krennic, because you want to ECL in 5.
Yeah.
Possible.
Boba Fett's got a better body. Krennic's got obviously the restore, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to say which one's probably better into aggro. I think a lot of people like this Boba Fett deck into the Sabine decks, probably because
I believe so.
You can trade resources.
It's very possible the Krennic deck picks this deck apart. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. All right, so I got an initiative. I am going to play the Viper Probe Droid.
Crafty Smuggler, resupplies 7th Fleet Defender, Cartel Spacer.
Okay, all right. So my Probe Droid's going to die to this Crafty Smuggler. So
I'm playing this Crafty Smuggler. I could ECL and fight it, right? But I'm not going to.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I think that's actually insane.
That'd be crazy. I think in other matchups,
there's
an aggro matchup. If you can get a trade first turn with that, you could probably take it.
Yeah.
Like if you're killing like a wolf or whatever.
I take the initiative. So.
Yeah. All right, I'm done.
Now, I think this card probably really good in the matchup. All right, so me, my action is to use a Viper Probe Droid to attack your base for 3. Now, I had Regional Governor there. There's actually an argument for me to play Regional Governor and say resupply, right?
Yeah.
Because I saw that your 3-drop was resupply, and if you play that space thing, who cares, right? Like,
I'm gonna play resupply.
Okay. I'm gonna play resupply.
Okay. I'm gonna attack your Viper Probe Droid.
It's dead. I'll take the initiative.
I do get to ready a resource after killing that guy. I can't do anything with this though, so that's it.
Okay. I am going to deploy Krennic. I will say this 7 body
It's
right
fat.
here.
It's big and fat.
It's nice,
Yeah.
right? I know I'm safe into overwhelming barrage here, right? You can't just overwhelming barrage Crafty Smuggler. You have to get Boba Fett out first, right? So I've got at least an action to do something about the Fett man.
I'll attack your base for 2.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm gonna have Krennic attack your base for 2.
Well. gonna play Seasoned Shore Trooper.
Okay, he's actually a relatively big threat for the following turn.
Yeah.
That initiative. And then you got Waylay mana open. That's what you got open right there.
The cost to get a playset together is going up, but I would probably recommend just getting a case if you wanted to get into the game, if you can find one. Now, there is more product coming out soon. They just finished printing the first wave.
Boxes, if you can get a box around $100, you're most likely to make your money back from the box.
Yeah, but if you want to like go the singles route, the non-special singles are actually very affordable.
Yeah,
really, really affordable.
Right,
for the most part.
Honestly, I think a lot of the showcases are under costed right now.
Yeah, undervalued.
There's a lot of stuff that's just kind of like relatively cheap for the game that exists right now. I think I'm just gonna do a cheeky little pass right here.
Cheeky little pass. A cheeky little pass with 5 resources up. I think I do a cheeky little take initiative then, because that ends the phase. And I don't have a really good play, to be honest. Because that's my Boba Fett 5 turn.
Yeah.
And I did not have a good play. So I think it was worth just getting initiative there. Okay. My Shore Trooper is +2/+0. Let's attack Krennic for 4.
Okay.
Felt 1 legendary short of a playset with a case. That's really good. That's really, really good.
Alright, I'm going to have Krennic attack the Crafty Smuggler. There was an argument to kill the Crafty Smuggler last turn. You just had so many resources, I wasn't like thrilled to do that. So.
Yeah. Alright. I don't know what you're up to over there. I'm gonna ECL the stupid Greedo and fight Krennic.
Krennic is toast.
I can discard a card from my deck if it's not an event, deal 2 damage to a ground unit.
You don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah, you don't. Okay, I don't. You're right. I don't want to do that. You're right. And I do get to ready resources though.
ECL on the Fett Man. All right, I'm gonna Death Trooper and kill the Shore Trooper.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna play 7th Fleet Defender. Problem is I don't have like one of my good cards. I have a bunch of low cost crap.
I'm gonna play Power of the Dark Side.
Okay, I'll play this stupid spacer guy.
I'm gonna pass.
You're gonna pass. I'll take initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
This feels like a Vader turn, perhaps.
Man, if I had Vader, I would love to play him. I would love it. That'd be great. I will attack your base for 2.
Yep. Regional Governor, I'm going to say Overwhelming Barrage.
Okay. I'll play Fett's Fire Spray.
And
it readies. If you control Boba Fett or Jango Fett as a leader or unit,
Okay.
ready this unit. I'll show it off. Pretty cool card. Jango Fett
As a leader.
doesn't exist yet, but one day will. Yeah, as a leader or unit. So even if it's in play as a leader, and then action costs 2 to exhaust a non-unique unit.
My Krennic has been used. I'm gonna play Gideon Hask.
I'm going to deploy Boba Fett.
Death Troopers can attack Boba Fett for 4.
I'm going to attack the regional governor. And ready 2 resources.
I will take the initiative.
Okay. I'll attack you for 5.
I'm gonna raid there. Appreciate that.
Oh, hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Semel Stel.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hope I didn't malign that name too badly.
And I am done.
Okay. Ready.
Rest in peace, Boba Fett.
Yeah, we're gonna take down Boba Fett. When I defeat, when an enemy unit is defeated, we're gonna give Gideon Hask +1/+1.
We're gonna melt Gideon Hask. We'll give it to Fett's Fire Spray. We're melting.
I'll play Cell Block Guard.
I will attack you for 7.
Yeah. I'll take the initiative.
Well, this game's so freaking fun. I'm picking up carts to make both RG and RY Sabine tonight for Melody. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. It's fun. It's so fun.
The game is a lot of fun.
You took initiative?
Collecting place in German. Ah. Schammerstelle.
I'm going to play Seasoned Shore Trooper.
Okay.
And I'll attack your base for 2.
Okay. So I'm at 16. You're at 5. Previous message Chaz or anything. Deck was posted for the decks playing today. All right,
we
so
will have.
This Krennic deck is the Krennic deck from Star Wars database.
I'll link it right now.
Link it real quick. Link it real quick there. It was the guy who got first at the Poland tournament. Here's the deck list for this Krennic, and we're kind of playing this Krennic deck against a wide variety of things. So we got a green Boba deck that's in play right now. You could probably guess within 45 cards of what's in the green deck. 2 cases, no showcase. That's bad luck.
That is kind of
That's a bad luck. 6 Vaders, 5 Bobas. Can't complain about that.
That is nice.
It kind of pays for your cases right there.
That's it.
If you hit a Vader in a box, it basically pays for itself.
What a hand. All right. This is gone. You're at 16?
Yeah. I really hate the correctly named. The dinky little units kept me from Power of the Dark Siding you. I had the Steadfast Battalion, and you wisely kept Boba Fett safe from it.
Yeah.
So
did not want Boba Fett to get exposed.
All right, I am. I think I'm just gonna jam out this Reinforcement Walker. For 8. Let's look at the top card there. Yeah, we'll discard that and heal 3. There's an argument that I should attack the Cell Block Guard there into the Shore Trooper. Because if you...
Because I can exhaust this. I'm going to exhaust the Cell Block Guard.
Sure. I'll seize the initiative.
Okay. I'm going to surprise strike and attack with a unit.
Hyperspace.
+3/+0 for this attack.
Okay.
I'm going to attack you for 8.
21. Okay.
I'm going to Your initiative, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do surprise strike. I'm going to give attack with the unit gets +3/+0. I'll attack for 5.
Yeah, that'll kill me.
Boom.
I feel as if let's see what's down here. Yeah. I don't know.
Nothing that would help you.
Yeah.
Fett's fire spray is a crazy beating.
Yes.
It is insane.
I wish I had the vanquish for it, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this is honestly that matchup feels like one where you just take out your 2-drops, like get out of your speeder bike dude, who cares? The Viper Pro droid is really good because you get to know what's going on over there.
That's probably still worth having, right?
I think Probe Droid's worth having in every matchup.
The speeder bike guy can get the H out.
Speeder bike guy gets out of there. You bring in like the heavy hitters or whatever, right? Because like, how good is Avenger?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like Avenger would have done some work for me. So
all right, Sabine. Leia.
Yeah, I can do the IG-88 deck. I'm gonna play this IG-88 deck. We played this on stream the other day. This is 24 1-drops. The deck. So yeah.
Okay, I have to reorient for Krennic here.
Ataxian. Did you get to thank the Ataxian for that Prime?
Oh hey, Ataxian, thank you.
Appreciate that Prime. Our sound is turned down on the desktop stuff, so we would have missed that notification. Appreciate that Prime. It's always good to see a fresh sub around these parts.
Yeah, welcome all the new viewers. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
for sure. This game has been really exciting. For us.
I have not taught it to some. So, I have seen some faces around the store that I have not seen. I've been working in card game hobby stores for a long time, like 25 years. I am seeing some faces that I have not seen in a while.
Yeah,
show up.
New Star Wars card game.
Like,
that's
wow,
actually good.
So. Great setup and sound quality. Gotta go to work. All right, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we'll be on YouTube after this. Your sub doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't mean anything to us.
No.
Moderator. If it meant something to you, we'd pay you.
Yeah, moderator wanting attention. What else is new?
Big Blue Mage. Giving Eddie a treat.
Oh, Eddie wants a treat.
Yes, he does.
Treat in the stream.
Eddie.
The game is just like it's fun to lose in the game because there's like so much to learn from a loss. You know? You can feel like it was your fault that you lost.
Yeah,
I think if it wasn't your fault, I think you can.
I
feel
prefer
like that.
games that are that way because, like, I was, and I know, Magic is the way that it is intentionally when it comes to mana screw, right? It's that is by design, right? But this game, on the other hand, it's just kind of like I made a choice somewhere that something went awry. Right, so Gute Nacht.
Welcome, Germans.
I don't.
All right, let's see. Roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan his hand there. We have the same number. Nate. All right, so I got initiative this time around. Well, they exit.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Appreciate that raid. Thanks for dropping people off.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's really cool to see excitement around this game too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was talking to a buddy I probably haven't played card games with, and at least he's been playing Magic. He's been playing like kitchen table Magic, right? Like, you know, so they play their commanders, or they build a deck, and they just have fun with it, and he showed up, and like several of like, you know, my middle school and high school friends were playing the game, which is like crazy. All right, so I'm gonna jam down. I'm gonna put. All right, well, I guess that goes down, and I guess that goes there. We're gonna jam a Death Star Stormtrooper into play.
I'll play this Viper Probe Droid.
All right, my hand is Cantina Braggart, TIE Fighter, and Force Choke.
Okay. Lovely.
I'm gonna play the TIE Fighter.
I'll take initiative.
And it is your go. Draw. Card. Actually, I think it's this.
Okay. I'll fight.
Okay. I am going to use IG-88. Yeah, I'll use IG-88 and do 3 damage to you.
I'll resupply.
Okay. I'll play another TIE Fighter.
Okay. I'll take initiative.
All right. Next turn. Do you actually want to put a resource down? That's like a tough question.
Well, this is the easiest resource of my entire life. So
Yeah.
Vendor is like really bad against that deck. Like really bad. I will. Deploy Krennic. He's here.
Well, IG-88 a TIE Fighter India for 3.
I'll attack your base for 2. Heal 2.
I'll attack your base for 2.
I'll play Steadfast Battalion. I think now if you want to play stuff, you can just play stuff.
Yeah, and I have to decide whether I want the initiative or not.
Yep, you can take initiative here. I'm certainly taking it after this.
I think I just take the initiative because it shuts off the Consortium Star Viper.
Yeah.
Okay. I wish I had actually. Yeah, this game. This game. I wish I have good stuff right here for this, but yeah.
Oh, in your
yeah, it's just down
resources.
There.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna Asteroid Sanctuary, the Steadfast Battalion, and shield a TIE Fighter.
I wish I had Overwhelming Barrage.
Well, so
now it's less good.
Yeah.
I'll attack your base for 2.
Yeah. Have not ECL'd. You could have 2 Steadfast Battalions. So I'm going to attack your base for 2.
I'm going to play Super Laser Tech.
I'm going to play a Jawa Scavenger.
Okay. I'm insanely enjoying your stream, guys. Simply genius. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Very nice.
Sounds pretty good.
Der Gaberman.
Oh, Prime. Appreciate that.
Prime. Der Gumberman. I did my best.
Yeah.
I'll play Cellblock Guard.
Okay. I'm gonna play Jawa Scavenger.
I'm gonna take initiative. There's an argument for ECLing into a Scavenger there with the guard, but
I'm gonna play Tubes.
Tubes, all right.
And then IG-88 is gonna crash this in your base for 3. Now I have to decide.
If I draw over 1 barrage, Nathan, it's
I know
Jover.
I know they're all dead.
They're all
I have to
dead.
decide if I'm like fine
Thank you.
losing IG-88 here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to decide whether I want to Jetta the cell block guard.
And take it out.
Yeah. And then like you have to. You're at 9.
Steve the
Geeve.
Subscribe with Prime. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thanks on Primes.
I hope that's not a slur.
Surely Twitch would not allow such a thing. Thank you, Steve.
All right, so you get 7. Okay, I think it's worth it. I'm gonna Jetta the cell block guard, deploy IG-88, have IG-88 fight the cell block guard.
Okay.
I really kind of hate losing IG-88 without getting 5 damage in your base, but I think that's just gonna be the way it is. So.
Okay.
Love the game. It's definitely not a slur. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, whew.
Woo. That was a close one.
I don't want to get TOS.
Okay.
Steve is a slur, says Rumbly. Which is pretty funny.
And it's time for my ECL. Plays Gideon.
All right.
With ECL, and it's going to crash into the IGA. I do get to use his ability.
Okay.
To give experience to something. I guess it's just this guy, probably. Yeah.
All right. Java Scavenger's going to attack for 2.
I'm going to have Super Laser Tech fight the
Tubes.
and then come into play as a resource.
All right. Scavenger's going to attack for 2. I feel like this game is over. I feel like the game was over on turn 2. Now I'm going to show you these 2 force chokes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to attack this.
If I kept these force chokes for this idiot,
yeah,
I think the game is like
if I'm like play him exhausted and you just like blast him,
force choke him.
yeah, that would be huge. I'm going to buff.
Then IG-88 can come out for free and start blasting people, right? Because the whole time, TIE Fighter's going to attack for 2.
This is dead.
Yeah, and you also got to
I overwhelmed. For
did you want to buff, or were you buffing Krennic?
Krennic.
Okay.
So I attacked for 6. So you took 5.
Yeah.
And the Krennic is gonna take out this scavenger.
Okay.
Then I gain 2.
I'll attack for 2.
I will take initiative. Oh, I attacked for 4. That was attacking the scavenger anyway. Fine. I guess I could have buffed. Anyway, lessons learned there as far as planning your turn out.
I'm gonna play
Thanks,
Greedo.
Steve. Okay.
And
Take initiative.
ISB agent. You had already taken initiative, so
Okay.
that's why I played all the rest of the guys. I feel like if I had like a mining guild TIE fighter, I'd actually be in excellent shape right now. So.
All right, I got the initiative. Thanks, Steadfast Battalion does its thing. Attack Greedo? Attack Greedo? Cocks the gun? Yeah, I think I'll attack Greedo.
Who you
I'll
buffing?
Buff Krennic.
Okay, so you'll trample me for 4.
Trouble you for 5 because he's 6 power.
Oh yeah. So you'll trample me for 5. And then Greedo is going to take a shot at the battalion. Ha! Failed.
If it's not an event?
You may discard a card from your deck if it's not a unit.
A unit, okay.
Yeah. So, I am going to have. I just do 2 here. I'll swing into your base for 2 with ISB agent.
For 8. I'm gonna play a reinforcement walker.
Okay.
Discard it and heal 3. Yeah, I'm healing 3 regardless here.
Okay. Play another Greedo.
Okay. I'll attack your base for 4.
Sure.
And heal 2.
I'll attack you for 2.
I'll take initiative.
I'll attack you for 2. I'm gonna play a pirated starfighter, bounce my TIE fighter, and then I'll play another TIE fighter.
I like pirated starfighter in this deck especially.
Oh yeah, it's awesome
cool.
in here.
Yeah.
It didn't have an event.
Yeah.
I think it. Honestly, I feel like the game comes down to force choke. If I had just kept my force chokes, I think I would be in really good shape because this guy's done like 10 damage to me. So.
Yeah, I think this guy swinging more than like 1 time in a game from an ECL is usually pretty bad for the opponent. Okay. You're at 18?
Yeah.
I'm at 16. All right. I feel like I'm not in danger from like stuff happening. So let's just swing.
That just kills me.
That just kills you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he buffed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
attack for 8.
I also finally have a waylay. There's like a bunch of yeah.
Yep.
This deck's got outs. It's just, man, this game is all about knowing the matchups, huh?
It really is. I think there's a lot of benefit to just like jamming games.
Yeah. Really knowing the matchups. I was trying to determine when to Asteroid Sanctuary. So promo card art. Hate the oh yeah, and I don't like that. The solid color border. I'm not the biggest fan of that.
Or where it's like
gradient. Yeah, it goes from like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Okay, all right, we're playing Leia Red here.
All right,
Last game, Leia Red.
Krennic is what's the record? Who did he lose? He lost to Sabine.
Lost to Sabine.
Beat Han.
Lost to Boba.
Lost to Boba.
Beat IG88 aggro. Yeah. I just gotta find real quick red 3s and K2s to put in this Leia deck. This Leia deck is like slightly meaningfully different than Sabine. It's playing a lot of non-heroic rebels to try to make use of her ability. It's playing a lot of the red ones, so
her ability only works on rebel trait things.
It has to be rebel trait. Yeah, you may attack with a rebel unit, then you may attack with another rebel unit, and when she flips, she is a 3/6 with raid 1 that says after she attacks, you may attack with a rebel unit. Okay. So you can actually do some fun chaining with her with Fleet Lieutenant, right? If you play her and then you Fleet Lieutenant, she comes in for like 6, and then you can attack with another rebel on top of all of that. So, so we're doing Leia with Tarkin Town.
I do like Tarkin Town.
Yeah, I think actually with aggro decks, just like being able to use an action to take off something off the table that traded with, that did like something nice, one of their bigger units attacking into one of your donks.
Yeah,
like Tarkin Town takes them out.
Off.
So
yeah. It's nice.
It feels pretty good. All right, reset our life totals. How much damage did you heal with Krennic in that game? It was enough
8?
to keep you alive.
8 at least.
Yeah, it was enough to keep you alive.
A lot. Yeah, for sure.
So, imagine that IG88 deck into the Boba deck. I think the Boba deck dies there.
Yeah. But man, if I had overwhelmed Barrage,
yeah,
it would have been Giga dead.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and if I had played my force chokes on the guys, you wouldn't
playing that game.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, if I'd put regional governor in there, if I went back in time and killed you in the womb,
have we played a? Vader
I wouldn't have
yet?
lost that game. What's that?
I played Vader yet. I played one Vader, right?
No, I don't think Vader's been played.
Not been played at all.
A bunch of Star Destroyers came down, but Vader. This is 3 Vader decks, right?
Right.
Okay.
I do see like why this Krennic deck did so well. It's, it's like a super solid control deck. And
I think it just crushes mid range.
Yeah, I think just like being so familiar with the deck is huge. All right, I got no 2-drops. I think that means it's a mulligan.
I will keep.
Yeah, it probably does do pretty well against the Boba Fett deck. Generally.
I don't know, this Leia deck might, if it will fare much better.
We'll see.
The thing about the Leia deck is I think you get to keep the initiative, like a lot. Alright, so I'm going to the initiative. Alright, I'm going to play Sabine.
Cowbite.
Alright, ready up.
Are you taking initiative?
Yeah, take initiative.
Alright. Alrighty.
Draw. Down you go. I am going to play Wing Leader and put 2 experience counters on Sabine there.
And resupply.
Sabine is headed to your dome for 5.
5 it is. I'll take initiative.
Draw 2.
Very well.
Put 1 down.
Okay. What does Leia do? What's her hero do?
I said
she's 5.
Yeah, she's 5.
When this unit completes an attack, you may attack with another rebel. Okay. And she is a 3/6. I'm deploying Krennic.
Fleet Lieutenant Sabine and the Krennic.
For 6?
Oh,
she doesn't want to do a defender?
Yeah.
That's not good.
She will take 2.
I think that's just my fault. I should not have done that. Alright, I'll play this battalion. I will ECL. We're gonna hit there. And you'll trample 2.
Yeah. Alright, is my 2 damage more oh, I can actually Tarkin Town that. If you could exhaust your resources, sir. I could Tarkin Town that. Grab initiative. Yeah, I'll Tarkin Town the battalion.
No, I'll take initiative.
Okay. I'll attack your base for 2.
Man. Oh boy.
Okay.
Alright, we have to play over 1 barrage here.
For 3?
For 3, just to kill there. So, it's not ideal. But it's something.
It's a 3, 7. One open.
Yep.
I'm gonna play Dodonna.
You have one open too?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I take initiative here. Because if I attack for 3, who cares, right? This deck doesn't win by getting damage in. And you, I think, are incentivized to take initiative if I attack for 3. Instead of attacking me for 2.
I'll be attacking you for 3.
Attacking me for 3. Maybe it's worth it. I think I should take initiative. I'll take initiative.
Okay. I'm going to deploy Leia.
Oh, you got Leia too. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I should have attacked them. But it's fine.
And then Leia's going to attack for 5.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube after. For 5.
Yeah, and then she's going to let me attack with Wing Leader for 3.
Okay.
And then I'm going to Metal Ceremony and buff Leia and the Wing Leader.
Okay.
Okay. And...
3/6?
Oh, yeah. She's got some stats.
150. Alright.
I guess I played this.
Okay. We're playing Vader. Can Vader get me out of this mess? Top 7 cards. No, top 10 cards.
Yeah, he gets to look at so much. This is
Look at
not
all
like
the
cards.
cards. 10 cards. Okay. Regional Governor, Scout, Pike Pursuer, after Death Trooper. Cell Block Guard is pretty good.
Death Trooper is interesting because it lets you kill Leia.
Because I could blast her for 2.
And then
fight with Vader.
And the fight with Vader. And then you still got Dodonna and Wing Leader left.
Yeah, I was considering fighting the Dodonna with Vader.
Okay.
I could throw a Cell Block Guard in. Death Trooper. Okay, yeah. So if I Death Trooper and shoot the Scout Bike could trade with Leia, or it could go into Leia. Oh no, not quite. No, not quite. All right, I'm just gonna get the Cell Blocker.
Okay. Vader kills Dodonna.
Vader kills Dodonna.
All right. Tapped out.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Fighters for Freedom.
Mm. I'm gonna attack Fighters for Freedom.
Okay. I'm gonna play Spec Force Soldier, and he loses Sentinel, and you're gonna take 1 damage from Fighters for Freedom.
I'll take initiative.
Leia's gonna attack for 3, 4, 5, and then I will attack for 3. You're 24.
Yeah.
I will play Partisan Insurgent and do 1 damage to you.
Yeah, I bungled. I feel like I bungled the game for sure.
Deploying Naked Krennic into something that could kill him.
Yeah, like. Yeah. I don't know. There was a lot more that went wrong, I feel like.
Yeah, fair enough.
Everything was bad. I don't love the Scout Bike in here. I don't know how you like enable this properly.
Yeah, Death Trooper, right?
I mean, yeah.
Just Death Trooper.
Yeah.
The thing about the Scout Bike is it sits around on the table.
Yeah, it chills. Yeah, that's
right.
true.
Like it is there. So.
Krennic Cubis RP win. That's true. That is true. Okay, that's the stream.
Leia was +1 from the. Oh, you had 1 more hit point. Leia hit for. I was thinking of Sabine. No, Leia's got raid 1. She was 3 plus 1 plus raid plus the experience token. She hit for 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was dead. I don't think I was living, anyways.
Yeah, I had the Fighters for Freedom, and I won it like the turn before.
I would needed to play like Super Laser Blast first thing to not die.
Oh yeah,
and it was here. That was a resource.
Yeah.
All right, that's the stream. As much as I actually like want to keep playing.
I know. Like a lot of these matchups, I wanted to play like 5, 6 times just to see.
There's like a lot to learn.
There's so like I mean, I love where the game is at currently, right? Just the I've been playing for a week and a half, and I feel like other games, if they've been out for this long, have like a defined, just like a defined meta. And this game doesn't feel that way.
It does not. It really doesn't.
It feels like
this is the national winner, or a 90-person tournament winner. Won 2 out of 3 games, or 2 out of 5 games tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we are bad at it.
Right.
I think the original pilot of the deck would have won all 5 games, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
But there's also like sideboards consider best of threes. I think we'll do some more like best of 3 matchup things in the future.
Fab game, not your top at Aircon. Okay, yeah. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
We love we love board games around here too. We play mostly card games on stream, but we've played a good chunk of board games also.
There's the clear best layer, but green with ECL is really strong. Yeah, ECL is certainly like that is the meta, right? Playing energy conversion line is the meta.
That's what's so tempting about that Thrawn deck with 35 events, where you just kind of like your opponent plays a unit, and you bounce it, and they play a unit, and then you remove it, and they play a unit, and then you outmaneuver the whole arena. Then they have like 3 or 4 units. You're just like outmaneuver. Use Thrawn's ability, tap them down. Super laser blast. They don't have a board. Then you play Avenger.
We should try that deck. We should probably build that.
You play Avenger, and then your opponent can't. There's nothing you can ECL into Avenger to deal with it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Join our Discord. Feedback on like what kind of streams you want to see in the future. What decks you want to see on stream?
Yeah. In
the future, I like these like featurette kind of things we did for this one and the last one where we play a deck against a bunch of other decks.
Yeah.
There's other things we can do. We can do best 3 matchups, etc.
Yeah. I mean, while there's not like a super defined meta, I do feel like one is forming. Right.
It does. Yeah.
I mean, the Boba Green, Sabine are probably the most obvious, and this Krennic control kind of really shows you what control is capable of in this game. Like the games where it was just like your opponent was just like slowly pushing their units into a wood chipper.
Yeah, pretty much.
It like felt like the game was over.
Yeah, Han was just like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I know my guys are dead.
We may have to revise our Keyforge gauntlet, but for this. So.
The thing is, there's a million viable decks in this game. I think. Maybe not a million, but there's a lot of viable decks.
like that Han Red is cool, but what does Han Blue look like, right? Because you can turbo out Luke.
Mm-hmm. I think Han Blue's probably a build.
Now you don't get to fight with him immediately, but Luke kills something when he comes into play, right?
Yeah, and he's restoring. It's like a more heavy like top end build.
Yeah.
A gauntlet of tournament formats. There's a lot we can do. There's a lot we can do. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate everybody hanging around with us tonight. Appreciate everybody watching this on YouTube.
We'll be back on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be back on Sunday. Most likely Star Wars.
I do want to play more Star Wars.
Most likely Star Wars. We'll get some brews going.
Yeah.
So like we played. The thing was we played what Sunday night.
Yeah.
We our last stream with Sabine Tech was on Sunday night. We played, and then we hopped in Discord and then chatted about decks for the next like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Right. And we were just like, oh man, this Krennic build looks sick. Oh man, this Chewbacca build looks sick. Oh man, this red Han build looks sick. So.
I want to make that Chewie deck. We should play that Chewie deck.
Yeah, I think the Chewie deck would be fun. Yeah. There was a guy on Reddit who was talking about just playing Voltron. Now the problem is I think Voltron strategies get
destroyed.
I think they get beat to pieces by Power of the Dark Side and other stuff. But
definitely. Yeah, 10-hour Star Wars stream. It's tempting. It is tempting.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We have more time on Sunday. We could go longer if we wanted to.
Right. I think if we did a 10-hour stream, I think we would hack it up into videos. I think that would be the way to handle it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We'd hack it up into videos and then upload it over the next week, over a couple of days. So
a camp stream when I get more USB ports that can handle more cameras that are currently hooked up into this computer, which is a lot.
Yeah, you don't see it. You don't see it on the stream, but there is like this spider's web of equipment set up in this room.
My cable management is not good.
Yeah, you have to slowly extricate yourself every time you leave. So
all right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Everyone have a good day. Night, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Yep. Big thanks to the decks pilots that we
credit from. And I'll link that deck in like the description of the YouTube video.
Wanted to shout that out one last time.
Yep.
We're not plagiarists.
No, we're open plagiarism. We're giving credit. Okay?
Well, it's card game. It's called net decking. It's not called plagiarizing.
If you put us in a room, or if you put like a monkey in a room for a million years, he'll design this credit deck.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
All right, bye.
We're calling you names, dude from Poland.
Thanks.
See ya.